Hope we find something interesting today. What would you like to talk about? You're a pretty good adventuring partner, I'd say. Reliable, agreeable. No complaints. Something you needed to... What would you like to talk about? My dad's an antiquarian. He gave me an appreciation of cultural artifacts. Mom showed me how to find them. I prefer to treat such things with... Problem, Sarah? What would you like to talk? I don't regret throwing my lot in with you, if that's what you're asking. There aren't many adventurers I'm willing to partner up with again. Change of plans? What would you like to talk about? I love maps and old books. Oh, I can lose myself in a library or booksellers for days on end. I'm also a bit of an enophile. It means I like wine. A lot. Problem, Sarah? What would you like to talk about? We've already been through more together than most people I've known. Feels like I've known you forever. Not tired of you. Off we go! Tired of walking anyway.
the pace, Squire. We must hasten to our next adventure.
While few escape the prison isle of Aminos, bards tell of daring tales of some rare escapes. It's why I keep my wits about me in the wilds here. Your gear, does it need some repairs, perhaps? Although Brett... If you've not visited Gonfalon Bay yet, you should. It doesn't compare to Alanor or other towns from my home of Somerset, but it does well for a Breton settlement. Now, how may I help you today?
Grove sings of its suffering. Something terrible happened here.
You can hear it? Incredible. Ah, there you are.
Hello, my friend. You're just in time. I met Ravana here just as she was starting to look into an arcane disturbance. It can't be a coincidence we're so close to one of the Ascendant Order sites marked on the Duchess's map. We're not sure yet. Based on everything that Lady Arabelle has told me, it's conceivable that the Ascendant Magus could be responsible for the disturbance here. Ravana is trying to locate its source. We could use your help. Ravana's ritual is somewhat involved, and I'd like to help her prepare. Can you gather some reagents that we'll need? She requires 3 blooming song flowers and an azure torchbug before we can begin. Blooming song flowers grow in the copse of trees just north of here. You'll know them by their distinct blue and purple petals. As for the torchbug, Ravana told me they congregate near the lake at the heart of the grove.
Roll! Roll if you can! Grove sings of its suffering. Something terrible happened here.
You can hear it? Incredible. Ah, there you are.
Traveler, I advise caution. A corruption has gripped Stone. I must discover the source of this corruption. Traveler, I advise caution. A corruption has gripped Stonelore Grove, turning the wildlife aggressive and spreading an impurity unlike anything our circle has ever seen. Nature itself has fallen out of balance. That is what I hope to determine. The Archdruid sent me to investigate. but it was all I could do to avoid the once docile creatures of the grove. I found a few pockets of corruption that must be cleansed, but I need another druid to... Really, I just need another set of hands. Here, let me mark your map. I'll cast the cleansing spell, then you burn out the impurity. That will temporarily restore the balance while we search for the source. The circle will compensate you, of course. Let's find a few concentrated areas of corruption. My spells will cleanse the impurities, then you burn them. Hopefully we can determine the source of the corruption before this malady spreads to the rest of the island. It wasn't always. It used to be one of the safest locations on the island. In fact, my ancestors deemed the grove sacred when they first arrived. Now the corrupted wildlife attacks for no reason. Not much, unfortunately. I noticed its effects a short time ago. Usually docile creatures turning aggressive. A strange blight spreading through the plants and trees. I brought my concerns to the Archdruid, who initially thought I was overreacting. I'm not sure anyone has ever convinced Archdruid Agatha of anything. But she couldn't deny that something strange was happening in the grove. She ordered me to look into it and bring nothing. I haven't gone back yet. Until I determine if the corruption can be cleansed and find the source, I don't actually have anything new to report. Well, except that now the corruption has spread to some of my fellow druids. Just that. They have become as hostile as the rest of the afflicted wildlife. We may have to deal with any corrupted druids we meet. But with your help and the blessing of the true way, we'll soon have a solution to present to the Circle Elders. I suppose you would call it our doctrine, our religion. The true way represents a life guided by natural principles and the value and willfulness of nature. All of nature comes from Ifra, and the druids are the arbiters of Ifra's will. Have you never heard of Ifra where you come from? The storyteller? The god of song and forest? The spirit of the now? Ifra formed the frame upon which nature was woven. He gave rise to the rules of life on Nirn. His way is the true way. I am a druid of the Stonelore Circle. I am a teacher, a healer, a counselor, as well as a steward of the natural world. I hear the voice of Ifra and his earthbones, and I do my best to be his advocate. Natural principles guide my every action. Oh, that was early in the First Era. After struggling against the Dureni hegemony, our ancestors came to this archipelago because of its connection to Ifra. When they arrived, our druidic circle deemed Stonelore Grove to be a sacred site. Not to be confused with our ritual circles. I mean the druids of the archipelago all belong to one of 3 distinct subgroups. You would probably call it a sect. Those who hold to the same circle share common beliefs and approaches to Ifra's will. The druids of this grove belong to the Stonelore Circle. We revere nature, but believe that all cultures have a place here. Some of the High Isle folk refer to us as the friendly druids. We rarely evangelize, letting our work speak for itself. You'll probably encounter the Eldertide Circle in your wanderings. Be careful. They are overtly hostile to the civilized residents of High Isle. As for the Firesong Circle, even I don't know much about them. They never leave the island of Iphelon. Corruption spreads quickly. Burn the corpse while I cast a cleansing spell. Throughout the grove. First the plants, then the animals, and now even some druids have been afflicted. A corrupted shrub. Burn it with cleansing fire after
We are the spirit of the grove. We are the evergrowth, and we This druid seeks to help, while another has unbalanced the true way. Aid us, mortal, before the nature that sustains this grove collapses.
Oh, pardon that display. I've never been forcibly taken over by a spirit of nature before. I wasn't sure if the corruption was connected to the Evergrowth, but now we know. And we know a druid is somehow involved. As I understand it, this grove was deemed sacred by the early druids, but it was also out of balance. They shaped Ifra's laws into a spirit and gave that spirit dominion over the grove. It recognized that I was trying to help it, and reached out. Yes. But is that druid acting out of malice, or ignorance? Either way, if the Evergrowth succumbs, then the corruption will increase and spread out of control. We must take this news to the Circle Elders. Meet me in our village. Our village lies at the center of the grove. Once we get there, I will tell the Archdruid and the other elders what we learned. Not much to tell. Archdruid Agathy oversees our community here. A number of the village elders serve as her advisors and help train the younger aspirants and initiates in the true way. I'll introduce you to them once we get to the village. Archdruid, elders, this outsider helped me. And the Evergrowth, it spoke through me.
The spirit of the grove? It hasn't manifested like that in many generations. Are you sure?
Druid Audrine has never given us reason to doubt her observations. Tell us, child, what did the spirit say?
It warned us that nature was out of balance. that a druid was responsible for this trouble.
Out of balance. That explains the corruption. But to blame a druid, I cannot accept that without proof.
Then we will find that proof. Friend, meet me at the Circle's ritual site. Over here, my friend. The Circle Elders cannot accept that one of our own may be responsible for this disaster. And I could hear the doubt in their voices concerning the Evergrowth. We need to prove that one of our Circle has caused this unbalance. Help me investigate. Search the village for any signs that a druid is involved in the corruption. Look in the huts. Ask my fellow druids. Someone or something here will lead us to the source of the corruption. It has to. We'll wait and see if it communicates with us again. If not, I have an idea. But let us try to find the druid responsible for this situation first. I want to determine if this was an accident or a deliberate and reckless act.
I see that Druid Audrine has brought us a visitor. What can I do for you today, traveler? As a matter of fact, I noticed animals in the grove suffering from an affliction. I mentioned it to Archdruid Agathe, and she said she would look into it.
When I spoke to the Archdruid, it seemed like that was the first she heard of the corruption in the grove.
My brother joined that bad
Good gathering,
man.
stranger.
Word
I
is
do not
they're all
recognize
dead
you, but I know Druid Audrine very well. What may I do for you this day? Nothing specific, I'm afraid. Just that the corrupted animals have made foraging in the grove dangerous. Oh, this might interest you. I felt a disturbance emanate from the wards in the undergrove recently. Like a surge of power went through them. The island's volcanic vents create all... Good gathering, stranger. The island's volcanic vents create all sorts of underground spaces. The large cavern beneath us is the Undergrove. No one's allowed down there, not without the Archdruid's permission. The wards have something to do with the spirit of the grove. Yes, the Evergrowth. I'm surprised you know that ancient designation. I believe the wards reinforce the spirit's connection to the grove, but I'm not an expert on that. I can sense them, though. I have an affinity for such things.
The Undergrove? No one but the Archdruid ever goes down there. That ritual fetish, it reeks of the same corruption spreading through the grove. Hopefully we can find evidence that leads to the source of the corruption. Archdruid Agathe will never turn against one of our circle without absolute proof of recklessness or wrongdoing. Come, let us look around the village. A ritual? That's proof that a druid caused this problem. Look, there's a mistake in the second line. They wrote remove instead of restore. I think we have everything we need to convince the Archdruid. Definitely a druidic ritual fetish. I use such accoutrement when conducting my own rituals. But this one bears the taint that afflicts the grove. This fetish must have been used in the ritual that released the corruption. Whoever scrawled this did so in haste. They made an obvious mistake in the middle verse. It should say restore, but the author wrote down remove. That alone would have disastrous effects when the ritual was performed. Someone or something disturbed the wards in the Undergrove, probably when the ritual was performed. And it appears the Archdruid knew about the corruption before I mentioned it, but she acted like she knew nothing. I don't know all the details, but from what I've been taught, the Evergrowth resides in the Undergrove. The wards connect it to the grove, but also bind it. We need to talk to the Archdruid. She's usually in the Northern Grove this time of day. I'll meet you in the northern part of the grove. The Archdruid? What? Oh no, she's spreading the corruption.
The All-Wither. It's inside me, forcing me to do as it bids.
Where did she go?
Speak with me, mortal. The spirit of the grove has need of you. We are the Evergrowth. The one you sought. She carries the taint of our corruption. We remember her from the Undergrove. She performs a ritual that released this blight upon the land. The Archdruid sought to renew our bindings, but the ancient spells had already frayed. The part of us that is the All-Wither tricked her. She spoke the wrong word. Now, the All-Wither is free to spread its corruption, and the entire grove is in danger. The All-Wither is a part of us, a spirit of nature, called forth and made manifest by the ancient druids. At this sacred grove, the laws of nature are malleable. To strengthen those laws, the druids bound us here. But nature consists of circles. At one end, life. At the other, death. We are both life-nurturing growth and all-withering decay. That part of us is now free. And once the corruption fully takes hold, the Evergrowth will be gone. Only the All-Wither will remain. Will you help us? Tell the druids what we have said. They summoned and bound us in the past. They must be able to do so again. But urge them to hurry. The corruption consumes us. Soon, we shall not be able to stave off the All-Weather.
No matter how many times that happens, I am not sure I will ever get used to that. Return to the village, and tell the elders what the Evergrowth said. I'll join you momentarily. Elder Karik, we have troubling news concerning the Archdruid.
Slow down, Audrine. Tell us what happened.
The Evergrowth confirmed she performed the binding ritual, but she made a mistake. She released the All-Wither.
The Archdruid is responsible for the corruption? And she released the All-Wither? Oh, the grove is doomed!
The Evergrowth is here and willing to help. In exchange for certain considerations. The The Archdruid has returned to the Undergrove. Even now, the All-Wither compels her to speed up the spread of corruption so it can consume us. In our weakened state, we cannot stop the All-Wither from becoming the prominent spirit of the Grove. We can, but only if you and this Druid break the remaining wards that bind us to this place. That will allow us to recover enough of our power to restore the balance and return the All-Wither to its proper location in the circle. The All-Wither moves quickly. Already we can feel ourselves weakening, losing cohesion. We are the spirit of the Grove. We maintain...
Elders, allow us to enter the... The spirit wants us to enter the Undergrove
what the All-Wither wants us to do. But, yes, go.
The spirit wants us to enter the Undergrove and release... The entrance I am aware of is in the northern part of the Grove. I will meet you there. I have never been in the Undergrove, my friend. We find the corrupted wards. I cleanse them and you break them, much as we did in the Grove. After we deal with the initial wards, the Undergrove's central chamber should open.
I should have come here sooner. Regrets.
Magical wards bind the spirit to the Grove. We need to find those wards, cleanse them, and destroy them.
I really don't like your odds.
Then you destroy them.
The All-Wither is the natural end of all things.
Final ward is somewhere in there. Find it and destroy it.
We are the All-Wither. This grove cannot resist our corruption.
Balance shall be restored.
Bet they never saw that coming.
Let's return to the village and tell the elders the good news.
coming for us.
You did as we asked. We shall do the same. The All-Wither is back where it belongs, as a natural part of our circle. Balance has been restored.
Regrets.
Thank you, Spirit of the Grove. Adventurer, the Evergrowth wants to talk to you.
You and this druid have our thanks, mortal. You trusted us, and now the balance of nature has been restored. The All-Wither is a part of us, just as death is a part of life. Two parts of the same circle. They are back where they belong, in the natural order. And we are where we are needed, maintaining the balance of this sacred grove. There may still be corrupted wildlife about, but the druids can deal with that. Otherwise, know that the danger has passed. We mourn the loss of the Archdruid, but we are grateful for everything you did, mortal. May your harvest never falter.
The Evergrowth says the grove is safe now. It will continue to perform its sacred duty.
For now. I just hope we don't regret removing the binding wards. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Adventurer, may we speak? It pains me that we weren't able to save the Archdruid. It really appears that the All-Wither took control of her without her consent or knowledge. At least we were able to restore the Evergrowth and stop the spread of corruption. Now? Now we try to return to normal. The grove won't be the same without the Archdruid, but we'll make do. Of course, our relationship with the Evergrowth needs to change, as it isn't bound anymore. Oh, this is for you.
In light of
Well, the
all that has
Morrowind has
happened,
her eye on you.
Audrine, we would like to make you a Circle Elder and Mediator with the Evergrowth.
Druid Audrine, an elder, and mediator to the... Oh, very well.
An elder? And the mediator? I don't know what to say.
I hope you'll say yes. You proved yourself and demonstrated a singular rapport with the spirit of the grove. Will you take on these responsibilities?
Yes, of course. Thank you. Can you believe it? An elder? Me? And the mediator between the circle and the spirit of the grove? Oh, this is such an honor. When she accidentally separated the All-Wither from the Evergrowth, I suppose her fate was sealed. The circle will assign a new Archdruid to the grove. In the meantime, the elders will keep us on track. I guess that's me now. Elder and mediator. I suppose I'll talk to the Evergrowth. Get it to help us restore the grove and finish removing the last of the corruption. I just wish the Archdruid were here to see this. She was tough, but I know she wanted me to go far in the circle.
What?
see. The flowers are in good condition, and the torch bug is alive and well. You treated nature with deep respect, and you have my thanks. Perhaps the grove will repay us in kind. Let's begin. All things are connected. Spirits of nature reside in the swaying trees, the blooming flowers, the glittering torch bugs. It can be difficult to hear their songs, even for those of us who listen. But it's there. Can you hear it? The grove is in pain, projecting a sorrow that's felt by everything nearby. This ritual will ask the rocks and the trees and the insects to simply share what they know, to lead us to the source of this disturbance. There, we might find answers. I perform the ritual, and we see where this trail leads. Stand back. This will only take a moment. Bones of the earth, spirits of the wild, sing unto your servants. Lead us to the source of your pain.
Look! The spirits have sent their messengers. Oh, how beautiful.
Follow the torch bugs, friend. They will lead you to the source of the disturbance.
Alright, but don't cry for Mummy.
An old druid circle. Here? How did I not know of this?
Errant magicka still lingers. A powerful spell was cast here. Let's look around.
Possessed ancient energy, but more akin
Did I
to
miss
Valesia's
anything interesting?
magic than mine. A fire burns deep beneath High Isle. The druids of old channeled its power, a dangerous temptation.
A cracked staff? That can occur when the caster can't contain the magic they attempt to wield. An enchanted lodestone, a cracked staff, and a smoking fissure. All left behind in a place once used by the ancient druids of the island. Curious. Well, the staff is obviously connected to Breton magecraft. Definitely not the implement of a druid. A cracked staff is a bad sign. Whatever they were trying to do here, they probably didn't get the result they were hoping for. I've used such stones before. They help focus magicka over a distance. They come in pairs, you see, forming a sympathetic link between 2 points. So this spell, whatever it was aimed at a point outside this circle. Whoever cast this ritual obviously attempted to tap into the deep magic of High Isle. The power beneath the surface here is very seductive. But, as I am sure Ravana would tell you, using it and controlling it are not the same thing. Not with certainty, but I can make an educated guess. If the Ascendant Magus used this site to summon the storm that wrecked the Alliance ships, then obviously he lost control. The result wasn't what he expected, and now the Order is scrambling. Take the item back to Mandrake Manor, my friend. I can do a more thorough examination there. Ravana, if you'll allow me, I believe I can help you dispel the lingering disturbance.
My circle and I thank you, Valesia.
Looks like this is the place. I'll back you up. Hey there, fish. We make it to the spot, and what do you know? There's some kind of cave here, just like the map suggested. By myself? No, I was waiting for you. I wouldn't have even noticed the entrance if I wasn't looking for it. Probably why the Ascendant Order chose it. That's the thing about islands and ships. You can always find the rats. Not alone you won't. For all we know, the whole damned order is meeting inside. With any luck, I'll get a chance to pound the bastards that wrecked the spearhead. Let's go. Make them pay for my crew!
I think I'm getting good at this. Well, I probably shouldn't be proud of that. Off with you, Swit!
They knew everything. Who we were carrying, where we were going. But how?
Feck, I hope you're watching.
Don't let them get behind you!
I guess this is a fight metal. Whew, that was a bit of a warm-up.
Knock their heads in.
Smoke, ash, and fire. Just like home.
I recognize that one. He was aboard my ship. These lodestones must be how they targeted us with the storm. Lady Arabelle was right, damn it. We do have a rat in our company. Now I owe her a bottle of Tamika's dark rum. Someone gave our plans to the Ascendant Order, and they somehow used lodestones to track us and target us with that storm. Not a lot. Lady Arabelle, Lord Baccaro, and some of his top aides, the 3 captains, Duchess Alea and a few nobles, and anyone the Alliance leaders shared it with. If there's one thing I learned about royal courts, they leak like a sinking ship. We met briefly early on, then we each sailed different indirect routes to get here. I didn't rendezvous with the other ships until we were almost at the archipelago. Anyway, I guess this shows us how the Ascendant Order rewards its agents. Look around. These traders survived the storm and the shipwrecks and returned here just like they were told to. And what do they get for their trouble? A blade to the heart for each of them. Come on. Let's get out of here and tell Lady Arabelle.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to. All right, but don't cry for Mummy. Would it kill them to run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that. I hope you're watching.
Ah, you made it. Good. I think I found something. Hey, so I did some skulking around while I was waiting for you. Remember Dockmaster Arnold? The slimy skeever who sold out our ships to the Ascendant Order? Word on the docks is he's here. Sounds like his bosses aren't happy with him either. The Far Dock. It's not a House du Fort ship out there. Assuming Arnold's a prisoner, that's where I'd stash him. If we want to talk to him, we better act now. I don't think the good Dockmaster's long for this world. Normally, House du Fort Knights would be all over the place, but I haven't seen a one. Ascendant Order, though. That's a different story. They're guarding the docks between us and that ship. Whoever they paid to get rid of the Knights hit the jackpot. Let's just make our way to that ship and see if the Dockmaster is aboard.
Back, you fetcher!
Back. Go get him.
I really don't like your odds.
I'm here if you need me.
You lead.
You got this, but I'm here if you need me.
No more! You were at the docks with Lady Arabelle. I thought the Ascended Magus had returned. He didn't need tools to torture me, not with his magic. The pain, the fire, it was inside my... You're right. I let the gold blind me. But look, I knew nothing about special cargo, or important passengers, or Amanos, or any of it. Even Lady Arabelle said the ships were just carrying supplies vital for Lord Baccaro's conference. I gave the Ascended Magus a list of names. Folks he could trust to keep quiet. Muscle to collect the goods when the ships ran aground. But it was all a sham. They captured the captains, then gave orders to kill anyone else who washed ashore. Are you serious? He didn't trust me. I never got a real name or saw his face. But he's rich, I can tell you that much. Like nobility rich. Royal rich. You can smell it on them, you know? All the perfumes and soaps and fancy clothes. It's an island to the north. A jungle rock where they send prisoners to disappear. The Magus gave orders to look for someone on Amanos. Whoever he's searching for, he moved his knights from the shallows to there. That's all I know. Cut me free! Thank you. I'll find a way to make up for this. I swear it.
Nice work. I wouldn't have been so merciful, but at least we know more than we did. I'll see you back at the manor.
There you are, my dear. I was beginning to worry. Tell me everything. What did you find at the sites marked on Alea's map? Traitors? This confirms our suspicions. But lodestones are powerful arcane focuses. What else did you discover, dear? Lodestones on the ships and at the ritual site? That must be how the Ascendant Magus targeted the ships with his storm. Remarkable. But was the storm meant to delay the ships, or give the Order the opportunity to capture the Alliance leaders? So the Ascendant Magus isn't infallible. That's good to know. And the evidence we've uncovered up to this point tells us the Order believes the Alliance leaders are still alive. They're actively hunting for them. We must find them first. Amanos. I suppose it's possible the leaders washed on to that God's forsaken island. Well, I determine our best approach to that place. I need you to go to Shipwreck Shoals and aid Captain Suzo. I received an urgent message right before you arrived. The shoals are a graveyard, the final rest for vessels that met an unfortunate end in the straits between High Isle and Amanos. Go and help Captain Suzo, dear. He made it sound quite urgent. I sent Suzo and Zaji to search along the northern shores for signs of their wrecked ships or the Alliance leaders. Suzo's message was short but direct. He found something and needed help. You're the first to return, so you get the job. You'll need to take a small boat from the north shore of the island. There's usually one on the beach west of the default shipyards. Shipwreck Shoals is on the northern coast, just west of the default shipyards.
Did you come here for crafting certification?
How would this one know a spinner apart from other Bosmir? Not to sound rude, but this one has
Just about had it.
Over here, Initiate.
Kura, Oko, Ta. Doubt if you will. My sister does not lie. I might go there to see for myself.
Once you ask,
Is this the tallest tree in all of Tamriel? Probably all of Nern, come to think of it.
I'm sure you've all noticed, the Elden Tree is impressively tall. Equally impressive is that King Cormoran Aradon's throne lies in the tallest branches of the tree.
If the war in Cyrodiil ends, we will all be out of work. Maybe then this one can finally take a nap.
All this way and for nothing.
Now, as I'm sure you've all noticed, the Elden Tree is impressively tall. Equally impressive is that King Cormoran
Excuse
Aradon.
me, is it really at the top? If so, how would one get up there to meet... Excuse me, is it really at the top? If so, how would one get up there to meet with him?
A chunk has 3 lands.
You know, in Aldridge, the Redderans live in a massive crab shell.
Gerald. Denis. Ta.
And how would that work exactly? They'd skitter away. Don't believe everything you hear.
This one sees that you've been working hard.
As I'm sure you've all noticed, the Elden
Excuse me, is it really at the top? If so, how would one get up there to meet with him?
The topmost one takes you to the king's throne. The climb is worth it, I assure you. Of course, Eldenroot has a significant presence of both the fighters and the mages' guilds. We have sizable halls for both within the tree.
Within the tree? How would one find them? The tree is so large.
They're easy to find. The trunk has 3 landings within it, and the middle landing, the one with the shrine, will have passageways to both guild halls. Additionally, Eldenroot has many of its labor facilities, homes, and other elements of the community suspended within the Elden Tree's branches.
Go for a bit of excitement? Something you need to discuss? Hope we find something interesting today.
Who wouldn't want such a cozy little home?
Problem, Sarah? What would you like to talk about? You're a pretty good adventuring partner, I'd say. Reliable, agreeable. No complaints.
So raise a toast.